And good evening, and you join us at Stonebridge Road with the sound of cheer, cheer, here come the Fleet ringing around the stadium as Ebbsfleet and Woking take to the pitch for tonight's National League game, which sees Ebbsfleet entertain Woking. And the news from the ground this evening is that Woking make 3 changes from the side that lost 2-1 in defeat at Halifax. Out of their lineup go Scott Cuthbert, Rowan Ince and Mani Oyeleke, and coming in are Luke Wilkinson, Ricky Corboa and Tunji Akinola. In a lineup managed by Michael Doyle of Alexandre Jr. in goal, Josh Casey the skipper, Wilkinson, Ricky Corboa, Lewis Walker, Denon Lewis, Tunji Akinola, Dion Kelly-Evans, Jaden Lurker, Curtis Edwards and Max Dyche. On the bench for the Cards, Mani Oyeleke, Timi Odesina, Jermaine Anderson, Rowan Ince and Charlie Kendall. Ebbsfleet, much more straightforward. No changes at all from the side that won convincingly 3-0 against Eastleigh on Saturday in a game that saw the Eastleigh manager, Richard Hill, dismissed minutes after the final whistle. And the team that manager Danny Searle puts out tonight are in red shirts, white shorts and the white socks make an appearance again, which appeared to be lucky for the Fleet on Saturday, with Mark Cousins in goal, Luke O'Neill, one of the goal scorers on Saturday, Josh Wright, the skipper, Rakesh Bingham, Dominic Polion, Franklin Domi, Toby Edser, Ben Chapman, Declan Skura, the young defender on loan from Wickham, Brian Bilongo, the young left-sided player on loan from Middlesbrough, who scored a goal in the 3-0 win and also assisted in the setup for the goal scored by Luke O'Neill, and Miles Kenlock. On the bench for Ebbsfleet, Usisse, Darren McQueen, Billy Clifford, Tommy Fogarty on loan from Birmingham City and Dominic Samuel. The referee this evening, well, he needs no introduction to Ebbsfleet fans. The controversial Jason Richardson, who last took charge of a Fleet game at the playoff final at Dorking over a season ago. And, well, he was, shall we say, a controversial figure in that game. And some Fleet fans not too pleased to see him again this evening, and I'm sure any decisions are going to be watched closely by the Fleet fans, who felt they got the rough end of his decisions in that playoff game. But we're ready to go. Woking are in amber shirts, navy blue shorts, amber socks. Ebbsfleet red shirts, white shorts, white socks. Mr. Richardson's in charge. Ebbsfleet kicking towards the open plough end, which is segregated as usual, half of it occupied by Cards fans, half of it with Ebbsfleet fans, and we're ready to go as soon as Mr. Richardson decides the hands on his clock, or the digital digits have swept around to the right number. He's looking around, takes one final glance and blows his whistle to get the game underway, and it's Ebbsfleet defending, the ball rolling down the shin of Skura. And it's back with O'Neill, who sends it home to Cousins in the Fleet goal, all in pink this evening. Launches it down the right-hand side. It goes out of touch in front of the old home dugout on the far side in front of the wooden stand. Throw-in taken by Woking. They build through the middle. Ball being helped on. They were trying to pick out Corboa. Didn't get to him though. Now they start again. The ball in the right back position. And it was Kelly-Evans who wanted to get forward. He's going to take the throw that's resulted from the move down by the corner flag. Luca takes the ball into the corner flag. Did he win? No, he didn't win a corner. The ball looks as though it had gone out. And I thought an Ebbsfleet player may have touched it, but it's being played back in. And once again, it's Kelly-Evans pressing the Ebbsfleet defence. But they're still under pressure. Akinola loses possession to Polion. Nice ball inside to Domi. Domi goes across the pitch and now changes direction, goes forward. And the ball reaches Chapman. Chapman on the right-hand side. On to Domi. Domi's in the area. Can he sweep it into the 6-yard box? Domi plays it in. Oh, and it's into the side netting. And it's a goal kick. Ebbsfleet looking for their first back-to-back wins of the season, when they have won on the odd occasions during the year. The victory has not been followed up. And of course, victory here tonight would reinforce the good 3 points they got on Saturday against Eastleigh. Very comprehensive performance. Second half display especially was good. And Alexandre Jr. goal kick straight into touch on the halfway line. Throw in taken by O'Neill. The ball skied forward by Wilkinson and out for another throw. A lot of noise around the ground tonight. A bit more expectation, I think, with the Ebbsfleet fans after the last 3 results. The season was really petering out, and relegation was looking to be an odds-on certainty, although it's now in doubt. And survival is an opportunity. As the ball is played from the throw to O'Neill, it's played out again, so it's going to be another throw for O'Neill. A few latecomers coming into the ground. Cold evening in North Kent. Domi back to Skura. Oh, it's a good ball forward. It's headed clear by Wilkinson and away from the advancing Polion. Skura defending at the back, keeping the ball away from Walker. It's played forward for Dyche to tidy up. Dyche, the son of Everton manager Sean. Chapman helps the ball on to Bingham. Domi runs into trouble. Curtis Edwards picks his pocket and plays the ball forward to Lewis Walker to pursue, but he falls over. No foul. Kenlock to Bilongo. Bilongo gets a touch off of Kelly Evans for a throw-in. Bilongo not really had a chance to have a run with the ball, which he soon got into his stride on Saturday, causing a lot of problems for Eastleigh. Originally, we were led to believe he may have been a centre-back. Then it's emerged that he's a left-back with the Middlesbrough, but he kind of sees himself as a left-sided wing-back and loves to go forward, and scored with his head on Saturday and actually told us after the game he didn't even know he could head the ball. Throw taken by Kenlock. Polion putting pressure on the defence. Cleared away by Dyche. Edser. Kenlock. Woking defending in numbers. Skura, good ball out to the left wing. It's going to be a chase for Kelly Evans. He gets a touch. Ball goes out for a throw-in. Down by the corner flag. Ebbsfleet's ball. It looks like Bilongo is going to collect this. Has he got a long throw in him? We don't know. We haven't seen that yet. Now he's going to leave it to Kenlock. Kenlock takes it short to Bilongo. Back to Kenlock. Kenlock cuts infield. Finds just right. Out to Bilongo, but it goes over the line. It's going to be a throw to Woking. Both teams just feeling each other out at the moment. Throw taken. Headed clear by Kenlock. Yet another throw in front of the Woking dugout. No, the referee said it's... I thought that came off of Kenlock. The referee said no, it's Ebbsfleet's ball. Maybe Mr. Richardson feels some sympathy for Ebbsfleet. Chapman back to O'Neill. O'Neill back to Cousins. Cousins sweeps the ball long. It goes into the Woking half and is picked up by Dion Kelly Evans. Forward to Lewis Walker. He uses a little bit too much physicality, and then a free kick having been awarded, Walker bundles into Edser and gets the first booking of the game. Completely unnecessary. It's really best not to get on the wrong side of Mr. Richardson. So it's going to be Declan Skura to take this. It's just outside the centre circle in the Ebbsfleet half. He's going long to Bilongo. Can Bilongo? No, he can't catch it. Takes a couple of bounces, goes out for a goal kick. And Alexis Andre Jr. will collect the ball to take the goal kick. Moroccan goalkeeper, 26 years old. It spells with Bristol Rovers, Dover and Maidenhead. He's resplendent in a lime-coloured fluorescent kit. Woking with one of the larger away followings at Stonebridge Road this season. But Andre's kicking has not improved. It goes straight out for a throw. Second consecutive one. O'Neill will take the throw. He sees Bingham making himself available, but Casey beats him to it. Casey, the skipper, left back, socks rolled down his shins. Belongo. Back to Kenlock. Kenlock uses acceleration to get away from Luca, but Luca picks up the ball. Luca going at the heart of the Fleet defence. Shot, and it's wide of the mark, and that'll be a goal kick for Mark Cousins. I think Luca had a good side of goal there. He would have wanted to have done better with that. Michael Doyle, the Irish manager of Woking, installed in December. Was assistant manager at Forest Green, 42 years old. So these two teams with different people in charge of the respective teams to the ones in the fixture earlier in the season that ended up one apiece at Kingfield. Cousins' goal kick goes out for a throw for Woking. Belongo, good challenge to win the ball away from Kelly Evans. But then there's a run down the right-hand side and Corboa puts a little bit of pressure on Kenlock, but he does well to recover and send the ball away for a throw in. 9 minutes on the clock. Ebbsfleet nil, Woking nil. It was the second half when Ebbsfleet started to turn on the style on Saturday. Corboa. Luca. Luca is going long. Oh, the shot came in eventually from Denon Lewis, and that was high, wide, and not at all Hampson. So it'll be a goal kick in front of the plough end for Mark Cousins. Danny Searle with very direct eye contact with Brian Belongo, with very, very minute instruction, but probably seen something that can just be adjusted to give Belongo an edge. Cousins with the goal kick. This time he goes down the middle, trying to find Chapman, but Casey gets there ahead of him. Casey's ball picked up by Edser. O'Neill. Back to Cousins. Cousins, one touch to control. Second touch to send it on its way to Chapman. Now to Bingham. Bingham across field. It goes past the outstretched foot of Polion, who's really not seen the pass all evening. Nice possession play by Woking on this right-hand side. The ball with Corboa. Forward to Luca. Luca getting around Kenlock, and good defending by Luke O'Neill at the back post. Knocks the ball out for a corner, the first corner of the game, coming after 11 minutes. And it goes to Woking. Woking going to play this from the far side of the plough end. It's going to go near post, headed clear by Wright, picked up by Corboa, knocked in again, but O'Neill is there to intercept, and then Edser sends the ball on its way downfield. Polion going to put pressure on Andre Jr., but he gets there first and sends the ball away for a throw-in, which Polion thinks about but leaves it for O'Neill. O'Neill with the throw. Well, that didn't work out too clever. I think it may have been Chapman that took it but couldn't control it, ran out for a Woking throw. And the ball sprayed out to the right-hand side where it's picked up by Kelly Evans. Luca going hard into the area. Oh, and it's a lovely piece of play by Woking. And the man on the ball was Lewis Walker. Won himself a corner. He got behind Kenlock. But the Fleet recovered. And it's going to be delivered from the main stand side at the plough end. And it's Curtis Edwards, the man who seems to be on set pieces for the Cards. 2 arms raised, near post to Luca. But he was robbed by Chapman coming back. Now Polion needs some help. Polion wins a throw, does as best as he can there. Casey concedes it, coming across from left back to right back. And Danny Searle signalling to his players to calm down, just settle down. Don't panic. Edsa gives up the throw. Akinola pressuring him. And Kelly Evans will take it in front of the Fleet dugout. Kenlock touches it on. Skura sends it downfield. Still pressure on Ebbsfleet. Corboa, left-hand side of the area. Chapman coming back, but Skura's there to tidy up in the area. Away to Bingham. But Casey doing well to help out. Ebbsfleet not penetrating the spaces available in the Woking half. Woking covering the ground very, very effectively. Here's Casey moving forward. Pugnacious player. Ball moving around well for Woking. And here's a chance. They're playing it into the area. Takes a bounce and it's away from Jaden Luca. And Cousins is there. Cousins downfield to Bingham. Bingham sees it bounce over his shoulder, but he gathers it before it goes out of play. Back to Chapman. Ebbsfleet needing to get bodies forward. O'Neill into right. Back to O'Neill. Right. Tries to curl the ball over the defence, but it goes out of play. Three points, really the order of the day for both of these sides to get themselves out of the bottom four. Casey with the throw. Onto the head of Josh Wright. And the ball played through by a Woking defender straight into the arms of Cousins. Cousins is going to go long. Goes to the right-hand side. It's picked up by Edwards. And the ball ricocheting around and goes back to Alexis Andre, who rolls it out to Kelly Evans. And then Luca. Throw into Ebbsfleet. Polion. Taken over by Edsa. Edsa had a good spell at Woking at the start of his career. Quite a mark at Kingfield. And the ball going out on the far side. It was Denon Lewis giving pursuit, but he couldn't keep it in play. So it'll be a throw to Ebbsfleet. 17 minutes gone. It's Ebbsfleet 0, Woking 0. Bingham. Well, that was a blocked pass. It didn't reach its intended destination, which would have been Bilongo. Kenlock doing well to win the ball. Bingham. Right. Ebbsfleet battling in midfield for possession. Now Domi slips it through to Polian. Goalkeeper to beat. Polian! Dominic Polian scores for Ebbsfleet. 18 minutes on the clock, and Polian with his 14th goal of the season. What a beautiful goal. Dominic Polian set up by Franklin Domi, and Polian finishing in such a familiar way. He's had a bit of a goal drought recently, but there was no doubt in that one. The delivery was exquisite from Domi, and Polian saw the goalkeeper, gave him the eye, and planted it into the back of the net. Advantage Ebbsfleet. So this may cause Michael Doyle some thought in terms of the alignment of his lineup. Maybe he'll want to make some changes. Certainly they're going to have to become a little bit more adventurous, but O'Neill chips the ball forward once again to Polian. He's on the edge of the area. He's got support coming from Bilongo, but he's got Edsa as well. Edsa back to right. Edsa helps it on to Bilongo on the left-hand side. Bilongo can't get to it, but he's won a corner, playing it off of Kelly Evans. So the first corner of the game to Ebbsfleet coming after 19 minutes. I think they got 11 corners on Saturday to Eastleigh's 2. Such was their dominance of possession and territory. And it's going to be right from the Swanscombe end on the main stand side of the ground. Right delivers near post, headed clear. Only as far as Chapman. Chapman back to right. Right, helps it on. It's O'Neill. Oh, and it's parried away by the keeper. Still not clear. Back to right. Right, left-hand side. But that cross is blocked, and it goes out for a throw-in. Ebbsfleet still on the front foot. Certainly playing with much more confidence under Danny Searle than the side that we saw in the final days of Dennis Coutry, where confidence was almost shot to pieces. Kenlock sweeps the ball forward, but it comes away to Denon Lewis. Lewis goes across the field, and his ball out to the left wing to Casey, ends up in the tunnel to the old dressing rooms in the wooden stand. Wright receives the throw from O'Neill. Edsa. Ball taken off him and sent to Domi. Domi running it back. O'Neill. A wonderful ball across field to Bilongo. Bilongo fancies this. He wants to get away if he can, but he's got Kenlock helping him out. Kenlock, a beautiful cross to the far post, headed clear by Casey. Back to Bilongo. Bilongo outside the area. And the ball running out for an Ebbsfleet throw on the near side. Ebbsfleet on the front foot. And we're going over to radio for a report shortly. Kenlock with the throw. Josh Wright plays a 1-2 with Kenlock. Square to O'Neill. Now Chapman. Chapman back to Cousins. Cousins, well, it's a ball in the inside right channel, picks up on the halfway line. But Ebbsfleet could have been more precise with finding a red shirt. Here's Polian. Polian to Chapman on the right wing. Chapman infield to Edsa. Polian and Ebbsfleet a little too complex on the edge of the area. Korboa gets the ball away. Casey relieves the pressure with the ball downfield to Walker, who carries it out, and it's going to be a throw to Ebbsfleet. O'Neill with the throw, finds Chapman. Curtis Edwards was coming in and making life difficult. Ball knocked forward. It's going to be Cousins' ball if he wants it. He does. Fields it with his feet, then picks it up. I suspect he's going to go long again. O'Neill can't get away from Casey. Read that well, intercepted it before it got to Chapman. Now with Kelly Evans on the right hand side. Luca. Akinola. Wilkinson into the area, one bounce and into the arms of Mark Cousins. Well, that was a hopeful ball by Cousins, but nobody was there, so it's going to go straight through to the opposition goalkeeper, Max Dyche. Back to Alexis Andre. A nice move building here now. Korboa. Luca on the right hand side. He draws Kenlock out of position. Luca. Advantage Ebbsfleet after 18 minutes. A beautiful ball forward by Franklin Domi into the path of Dominic Polian, and the Ebbsfleet hitman makes it 1-0. It's Ebbsfleet 1, Woking 0. And another corner to the visitors. A shot coming in, deflected over the bar. Ebbsfleet got to be careful. They've taken the lead after 18 minutes. That was 7 minutes ago. They don't want to find themselves back on level terms. Luca with the corner, two arms raised. Headed away by O'Neill, back to Luca. Luca goes long and over the heads of the advancing Woking players and out for a goal kick. And more finite instructions from Danny Searle. And Dominic Polian comes across, is adjusting his vest that he wears over the undershirt and underneath his match shirt that carries the tracking device. So maybe there was a problem with the device. Bilongo loses possession. Bad place to lose it. Going to be taught a lesson there. Edwards has got Akinola alongside him. Akinola out to the right wing to Korboa. Korboa to Kelly Evans. And that was off the heel of Walker and was played away by Kenlock. Casey scurrying back to defend a ball that was played into the Woking half by one of their own. Walker beaten to the ball by O'Neill. Headset struggling to make contact at the moment. Kenlock judged to have fouled Luca. And the referee wants a word with Kenlock. No, the referee seems to have decided he doesn't want a word with Kenlock. Let's free kick get taken. It's over on the far side. Well read by Chapman, but he gives the ball away. So at the moment it's one good thing, one not so good thing from Ebbsfleet. You need to cut out the bad things and everything will be great. Daesh. Daesh gets the ball back. He's in his own half. He's going to try the Hail Mary to Luca. Cut out by Kenlock. Bilongo concedes a throw. It's going to be taken by Kelly Evans. Ball still alive with Woking. Kulbauer wins a corner. Corner number 4 for Woking. And the big men are going up. One of them being Max Daesh, another being Luke Wilkinson. Luca. Last time his free kick was a little bit too heavy. Low and hard at the near post. And Toby Edser, for safety's sake, got a foot to it. Sends it away for corner number 5, although the referee now wants a word with one or two players. A couple of the Woking players being advised by the referee to moderate their behaviour. Such is the fashion to crowd the goalkeeper. Short corner. Kulbauer to Luca. Luca in the area to Kulbauer in space. Kulbauer drills it across. Ebbsfleet get it away. It's still alive, but here's Chapman on a run. He's in his own half. Players are channeling back to keep up with him. He's got Casey ahead of him. Forward to Polian. Polian goes down. The referee says no foul. That would have been a contentious decision if he'd have given it. Polian in the area, but the referee decided it wasn't a foul. So I suppose he could have given himself the choice of booking Polian for simulation, but he didn't. The ball with Denon Lewis. Now Edwards. Edwards to Akinola. Daesh. Edwards. Ebbsfleet seemingly happy to let Woking play the ball around in the middle third, although on that occasion Woking's passing let them down. It carried out for an Ebbsfleet throw. Half an hour gone. Ebbsfleet 1, Woking 0. The goal scored by Dominic Polian, his 14th of the season. Josh Wright. Touch on to Chapman. Chapman to Polian. Polian. Oh, somebody's gone down. I think it may be Chapman. Foul off the ball after the ball had gone. Mr. Richardson not eager to have a chat with any defenders. And no sign of a physio coming on. Fourth official very active this evening, having a chat with the various personnel on both benches in an engaging way, not in a disciplinary way. Anyway, Chapman's on his feet and crosses the ball into the area. He comes out to Kenlock. Kenlock. Oh, it's a good ball inside to Bingham. Bingham shot blocked and cleared away by Daesh. His dad would have been pleased with that. Anwar Udin in deep conversation with Danny Searle. Throw in taken by O'Neill on the far side to Domi. Edser picks up the ball to Bilongo. Bilongo crosses. It's a good one. Headed clear by Daesh. He then feels the top of his head. Ball back with Cousins. Chapman gets a nick on the ball as it's cleared by Cousins, just carries it out for a throw-in. Woking. Yeah, forward ball cut out by Skura with a very firm header. Here's Luca. Polian to Edsa. Edsa trying to run through the middle, but the traffic there is busy. Edwards seeing a lot of play for the Cards tonight. O'Neill. Edwards spent a lot of his career in Scandinavia. 30-year-old midfielder. Now Kenlock to the young man Bilongo. Bilongo, oh, it's a good ball into the box. Nobody there in red though. And Korbawa gets it away. Korbawa advances down the right-hand side. O'Neill comes across to cover him. Gets the ball back to Cousins for safety. Cousins to O'Neill. O'Neill operating in the left-back spot temporarily. A bit of hesitancy by Kenlock there. Ball going forward. Walker gets a touch. And Luca gets to his feet. He went down from an Ebbsfleet challenge, and I think his teammates felt there was a free kick in it, but Mr. Richardson, not so certain. Cousins holds on to the ball. 11 minutes to go before the break. If there's any extra time the referee chooses to add. Josh Wright to Polian. Polian turns to Wright again. Wright is unloaded. And the ball sent down the left wing by Edwards, but tied it up by Skura. A lot of young legs in this Ebbsfleet side now. Makes a big difference. Kenlock. Edsa. It was a ball over the top, but unfortunately for Edsa, he couldn't get there quick enough to pick it up, and Chapman was a little bit late. And they get it away through Casey. Casey going down the left-hand side. Nobody going across to cover him. Casey inside to Walker. Walker's, I guess you'd call it a shot, blocked by Declan Skura. Under 10 minutes to the break. Casey with his socks down halfway towards his ankles. Swings the left boot, gets it into the Ebbsfleet area, but it goes for a goal kick. So at this stage of proceedings, we've had 5 corners for Woking, just the one for Ebbsfleet. Akinola, Edwards, Luca surrenders possession to Domi. Domi in turn surrenders possession. Walker out to the left-hand side. And the attack develops until O'Neill gets involved. And O'Neill stops Denon Lewis in his tracks. Now Edwards again. Akinola. Kelly Evans. Akinola chips it up. Kenlock. Sweeps the ball upfield to Bingham. But it's cut out at the back by Wilkinson. And it goes for an Ebbsfleet throw. You get the impression that with Danny Searle, it's small margins make the difference. And when he's giving instructions to players, it looks like very small margin changes. Kenlock throw. Kenlock under pressure. Skura moves the ball downfield. Wilkinson behind Polion, and Dyche cleans up, plays the ball back to Andre Jr. Wilkinson. The forward ball was impeccably picked out for Domi. Now O'Neill to Chapman on the right hand side. Back to O'Neill. O'Neill, dangerous cross ball to Kenlock, but Kenlock made the most of it. Now Polion. Polion being hustled by Wilkinson. And Wilkinson's ball forward should go out for a goal kick, and it does. Brian Bilongo said on Saturday he was puffing his cheeks a bit, and because he's not played for a while at this sort of pace, this sort of level. And you can see the beads of sweat on his forehead tonight. Cousins takes the goal kick. Bilongo makes a challenge, but it goes above him and is swept away by Edwards. Casey comes across from left back to attack the ball and help it forward. Bilongo goes down. Akinola sends him to the floor. And that's why players like Bilongo are on loan at this level. It's a standard of, in quotation marks, men's close quotation marks football, where they're going to see a side of the game they won't see in reserve team football. Competitive, physical. And Woking manager Doyle having quite a chat with the fourth official, complaining about something, looking a little concerned.
He's got off his shirt.
Luca back to Kelly Evans. Now Edwards to Dyche. Casey. Edwards to Akinola. Kelly Evans. Downfield. And good play by Walker. And Casey, well, selling a dummy to make space for himself, but the ball ran away from him. Now Andre Jr. Edwards. Domi goes down to a challenge. Kulbawa can really not argue with that, right in front of the referee. So with 5 minutes before the interval, Mark Cousins comes out of his goal, and he will take this about 10 yards outside the centre circle in the Ebbsfleet half. And that takes a touch off of Kelly Evans, I believe, to become an Ebbsfleet throw. Bilongo back to Kenlock. Kenlock gliding effortlessly across the pitch towards O'Neill. The ball comes back to Bilongo. Bilongo stabs it infield. It's taken on the run by Bingham, but he can't kill the pace of the ball, and it runs away for a goal kick. So Alexis Andre Jr., who really has had one thing to do so far this evening, that's pick the ball out the back of the net. He's not been facing a lot of shooting power from Ebbsfleet, but there was little he could do about Polion's goal, which separates the sides. Kelly Evans. Kenlock sells a dummy to Korboa. The ball runs through to Cousins. Dartford 2 each at Slough. Foul 2-1 up against Solihull. Kidderminster 1-0 down at home to Gateshead. And Oxford losing 3-0 at home to Eastleigh, who lost by the same scoreline here on Saturday. Mr. Richardson showed some good refereeing there. I saw an incident involving Belongo and one of the Woking players, and he could have called them both together and awarded a free kick to one or the other for the melee that almost ensued, but he just pointed out, I'm watching you two, so calm it down. There's a free kick now though. No, it's a throw into Ebbsfleet. Kenlock takes it quickly to Skura. Skura looking for the long pass to Chapman on the far side. Casey's making it hard for him. And Dyche goes across to help the ball on. O'Neill intercepts. Carries the ball forward. Domi. Rides the challenge from Edwards. Oh, and it was a similar ball to the one that he gave for Polian, but Bingham couldn't reach that one. Andre Jr., the goalkeeper. He's kicked downfield, met by O'Neill. And then Josh Wright and Domi will confuse each other. And the outcome is that Luca goes to the ground in a Fleet sandwich. So the free kick is good 30 yards out, I would say, in a central position for Woking. Coming just before we find out how many minutes the referee's going to add. I don't think there can be any argument with the award of the free kick. And there's going to be a minimum of 2. And over the ball is Luca. Is he going to take it or is it going to be Wilkinson? Luca doesn't get past the wall, comes back to Edwards. Edwards being hustled by Chapman. Casey. And the ball, the tackle comes in from Chapman, off of Casey for an Ebbsfleet throw. So we've got a minimum of 2 minutes added. We've had almost 1 of those 2. And Casey wrestling Polian in a rather strange way. But Polian gets the better of him, comes away with the ball to Belongo on the halfway line. Belongo accelerating with Luca coming across to cover. Belongo cuts inside. Belongo goes down. The ball picked up by Edsa. Edsa carries it into space and gets... No, he doesn't get a corner. Well played by the Woking defence. They get the ball out. They've cleared the danger. And the referee, maybe we've got 30 seconds to play so far. Kenlock has the ball away from Walker. Goes out for a throw. Down the line, Skura. Edsa. And Ebbsfleet winning the game of headed tennis until Luca goes down again. And it's a free kick for Woking, and Luca raises 3 fingers to the referee to say that's the 3rd time that's happened to me. Clearly a man who Ebbsfleet feel they've got to keep an eye on. So we've now had the minimum of 2 minutes. And if a goal was to be scored now, I think there'd be some question marks. Defended, and there goes the whistle. So they're going at half-time with the scoreline Ebbsfleet 1, Woking 0. And the goal scored after 18 minutes by Dominic Polion for his 14th of the season after a beautiful ball sweetly played into space by Franklin Domi for Polion to convert. So I'll be back in about 15 minutes, and until then, bye for now. And good evening and welcome back to Stonebridge Road for tonight's National League game, which sees Ebbsfleet United entertain Woking. And at half-time, I can tell you the scoreline is Ebbsfleet 1, Woking 0. The goal scored for Ebbsfleet in the 18th minute by Dominic Polian with his 14th of the season after being set free with a delightful through ball from Franklin Domi. I'll just give you the sides. Woking in an amber shirt with navy blue shorts and amber socks. And or gold they're described as, and we have a substitution, I believe, for Ebbsfleet.
Let's keep it going in the second half to see this one home.
Come
on, you Reds! Come on, the Fleet!
Beg your pardon. It's a change for Woking, and I think it's Edwards has gone off to be replaced by Oyeleke. So that happens on 45 minutes, but it's Alexis Andre Jr. in goal, Josh Casey the skipper, Luke Wilkinson, Ricky Corboa, Lewis Walker, Denon Lewis, Tunji Yakinola, Dion Kelly-Evans, Jaden Luca. Curtis Edwards has now gone off to be replaced by Oyeleke and Max Dyche. Also on the bench are Timmy Odesina, Jermaine Anderson, Rowan Ince and Charlie Kendall. Ebbsfleet are unchanged from the first half, which is unchanged from the side that won 3-0 against Eastleigh last Saturday. Mark Cousins in goal, Luke O'Neill, Josh Wright, Rakesh Bingham, Dominic Polian, Franklin Domi, Toby Etzer, Ben Chapman, Declan Skura, Bryant Bilongo and Miles Kenlock. On the bench for the Fleet, Us Sisse, Darren McQueen, Billy Clifford, Tommy Fogarty and Dominic Samuel. The referee tonight is Jason Richardson, who some of you will remember from the National League South playoff final at Dorking over a year ago, almost 2 years ago. In controversial circumstances, Dorking won that one, or Ebbsfleet lost that one. And we're just seeing Casey square up to Bingham. Casey, a pugnacious player, likes to get involved. Ball swept forward into the Woking area where it's picked up by Alexis Andre Jr. Ball on the far side with Kelly Evans. Inside to Akinola. Backwards to Dyche. And the son of Sean, well, the Everton boss wouldn't have been impressed by that. The youngster on loan from Northampton. I don't know who's got the same gravelly voice as his dad, but he's shouting a lot. Ball swept into the area. It's going to be the keepers to take. Polion causing a diversion, but not enough to worry Dyche, who's on the ball again now. Dyche tries the ball down the left-hand side, cut out by Chapman. Chapman challenged by Casey. Casey's going to, I think, try and destabilise activity on this left-hand side in the second half. Ebbsfleet could do with another goal for comfort, as Bilongo blocks the forward ball from Kelly Evans and goes out for a throw. The ball landing in Geek's corner, for those of you that know the geography of Stonebridge Road. Kelly Evans told to pause by Mr. Richardson instead of parading down the line. Ball played into the area where it's Luca trying to get the better of Chapman, but Chapman, with a combination of an assist from O'Neill, gets the ball away. Oyeleke. Crossfield, good challenge by Bilongo. Kelly Evans wins the throw. Akinola. Wilkinson. Dyche. Casey. Casey's forward ball took a touch off of Bingham. It's enough to carry it into the path of Chapman. Polion being handled by Dyche, but he gets away with it. Kenlock. Etzer. Etzer, the one-time Woking player. Josh Wright. Bingham gets away from Casey to Chapman. O'Neill. Bingham's on a run. O'Neill goes to Domi. Back to Chapman. Edser. O'Neill. O'Neill wanted to pick out Domi, but it didn't reach him. Skura heads the ball forward. Polin picks it up in front of Akinola. Right, changes direction to Kenlock. Skura. Across field to O'Neill. Chapman on the right wing. And Domi slips. I think he was running into territory that Daesh was occupying. And when he checked himself, slipped on the greasy surface. Daesh looking accomplished as he brings the ball out. And plays it forward, but beautifully taken by O'Neill. Corboa thought he was going to get a sniff of that, but O'Neill had other plans. Casey takes the ball on his chest. Playing like a training game with his socks just above his ankles. Corboa, low shot, forces a save low to his right-hand side by Cousins. Ebbsfleet backing off, showing too much respect for this Woking side. They need to get amongst them further up the field. And the ball going out of play before Denon Lewis can get to it. Chapman turns, makes progress down the line, but eventually is brought to ground. Oyaliki, the offender. O'Neill will take this, but who's he going to aim for? It's into Bingham. Bingham to Edser. Edser to Kenlock. Nice play by Ebbsfleet, moving the ball across the field. Kenlock to Bilongo. Bilongo. Oh! And Bingham was being manhandled by Casey to prevent him getting to the ball. And it goes out for a goal kick. Casey obviously has found Bingham getting under his skin. Polion trying to weave his way through the middle of the park, but Daesh is there to clear the decks. And Chapman thinks he's had a knock in the face from Denon Lewis. He carries the ball downfield and it's with Corboa. Corboa lively, drills the ball across the face of the goal and away for a goal kick. Now, the Fleet manager, Danny Searle, having a word with the fourth official. I think he was concerned about the touch on Chapman. The Swanscombe end segregated, half of it with Woking fans, the other half very lightly populated by a few Ebbsfleet fans, most of whom have moved down the other end of the ground. And it looks as though Cousins is getting a booking for time wasting. And Mark Cousins, no stranger to a yellow card this season. And eventually, the referee signals that the goal kick can be taken. And Bilongo can't keep it in play. And he goes out for a Woking throw. Worrying moments for Ebbsfleet as they seem to be losing a grip on this game. Ball back with Cousins. Forward to Bingham. Bingham cushions it off his chest into the path of right. Akinola. Luca out wide to the left. Luca again. Luca on the edge of the box. He's brought down. It's going to be a free kick. And that was a reckless challenge. It's going to be about 20 yards out on the left-hand side. Just outside the area. Oyeliki looks as though he fancies to be involved with this, but the man placing the ball is Wilkinson. Luke Wilkinson with his own fans behind that goal. And Cousins trying to direct players where he wants them in the wall so that he can see the kick being taken. Which corner is it going to be aimed at? Wilkinson ready to take, right-footed. Here comes Wilkinson. Off the wall. And it's going to be another corner to Woking. Their sixth of the game. Their fans more animated than they've been all evening. And Ebbsfleet have got to weather this period of pressure. It's near post, headed away by O'Neill. O'Neill having a good game tonight. Casey recovers. Luca into the box. O'Neill again. It's coming back in. But Ebbsfleet clear their lines. It's into the Woking half. It's being worked back by Kelly Evans to his goalkeeper. Out to the left-hand side where Lewis gives pursuit, keeps it in play. But it's blocked. Bingham's back helping out. Corboa goes in quite late on O'Neill, but play continues. And eventually the ball is cleared away by Declan Skura. Darren McQueen will be coming on. And the man going off is Bilongo. So 56 minutes, the first change. Ryan Bilongo had a harder shift today than he did on Saturday. Darren McQueen with 4 goals this season. Keen to impress. Drops in on the left-hand side. And there's going to be a change as well for Woking. I think Jermaine Anderson's going to be coming on. Ball back with Wilkinson. Back to their own goalkeeper. Woking trying to lift the tempo to suit them. Dyche to Wilkinson. Wilkinson strides forward. Ball played into Luca. Oyeliki. Oyeliki through the centre circle to Luca. Luca, good ball into the box. But Declan Skura, beautiful play. Brings the ball down and it's with Edsa. Edsa robbed by Walker. And that could well be a booking. Referee's got a card out. It's all looking a bit tense for Ebbsfleet at the moment. So another free kick, which presumably Wilkinson will try and get up and over the wall this time. And Anderson is coming on for Akinola. So the change is made. The free kick is set up. And the referee makes sure the wall is 10 yards. And it's going to be Oyaliki. He's got 5 goals already this season. So this could be very dangerous for Ebbsfleet. The referee signals it can be taken. Oyaliki, right-footed, doesn't get through the wall. Edsa clears downfield. The goalkeeper comes out. It's an errant ball though to Josh Wright. Here's Polion. Polion, edge of the box. He's got Wilkinson ahead of him. Polion, side netting. But that was a very bad clearance by the goalkeeper. And the attendance is 1,525. And I believe there's about 244 from Woking. Alexis Andre Jr. takes the goal kick into the Fleet half, met by Kenlock. Over the head of Edsa. Edsa gets another bite of the cherry though. Oyaliki with him. McQueen. Ebbsfleet need to just calm this down a little bit. Woking have been dictating the play. Josh Wright. Out to the right wing. It's Franklin Domi giving pursuit. Domi keeps it in play. Domi goes down. It's a free kick. And it's Anderson who's just come on. Now Anderson squared up to Domi. And Anderson is very ill-advised to do that. Anderson didn't think the free kick should have been awarded. And Anderson still making gestures with his head towards Domi. And the referee's losing control of this unless he gets to grip of it quickly. It's all caused by Anderson. And now there's a stop in play while both sets of players, Casey's putting in his 2 penneth, as he always does. Now the referee calls Domi and Anderson over. Domi was fouled by Anderson, and then Anderson put the forehead in Domi's face. And they're both booked. .62 minutes on the clock, and it's the only incident of ill feeling in the game, really. But 1 or 2 players out there who do like a bit of a ding-dong. Josh Wright with the free kick. Sails in, it's headed clear. Out to McQueen. McQueen to Polion on the left wing. Kenlock. Kenlock square to Josh Wright. Wright to O'Neill. O'Neill taking Casey with him to the touchline. Casey with a challenge. Sends the ball out for a throw. Chapman will take this. 63 minutes gone. Chapman waits for players to get into position. Polion's on the edge of the box. Back to Bingham. Now O'Neill. Play congested on this right-hand side. Chapman gets away from Casey. Back to O'Neill. Swept into the area by O'Neill, but it was too far ahead of Domi and Polion. Walker battering Kenlock. Referee awards free kick, and it's another change for Ebbsfleet. It's going to be Billy Clifford coming on for Domi. Probably a sound change, bearing in mind Domi's booking. You get the impression Billy Clifford will relish this sort of environment. Dyche heads the ball down to Oyeliki. Edsa putting pressure on him. Eventually the ball cleared away by Kelly Evans. Lands with Clifford in midfield. Wilkinson. The ball with Polion. Back to goal. He's round Dyche with the goalkeeper to beat. Polion, and it's another corner to Ebbsfleet. But Polion looked as though he could have had a similar chance to the one he scored from in the first half. Unexpectedly getting the benefit of a ball dropping to him. Josh Wright with the corner, short one to Bingham. Wright pings it in again. Oh, O'Neill from 6 yards over the bar. Luke O'Neill arriving late. The moon would have looked small in terms of putting it in that net. The net was just opening up for him. But at least Ebbsfleet have stemmed the run of pressure from Woking. Alexis Andre Jr. His goal kick takes one touch from Walker and goes out of touch for an Ebbsfleet throw. Chapman takes it. Dyche is on the end of it. Billy Clifford making a nuisance of himself. Gets in the way of Luca. Clifford available. Plays a 1-2 with Wright. Now O'Neill. Back to Clifford. Clifford makes space for himself. Ebbsfleet playing it dangerously at the back, as they so often do, before they release the ball. Oyeliki on the halfway line with Edsa. Edsa's got to be careful, he's on a booking. Kelly Evans. His progress is checked by McQueen. Throw in. So after a flurry of substitutions and bookings, the game is settling down again. Dyche runs the ball unchallenged out of defence to Casey in the Fleet half. Casey takes a dive but doesn't get a free kick. Billy Clifford runs it away, and Clifford's unable to keep his feet as the ball drops to Oyeliki. Bingham gets to the ball ahead of Casey. Bingham, can he release Polion? No, Bingham's being forced left. Clifford. Clifford to Chapman. Chapman on the touchline, inside to Wright. Now Bingham again. Wright. Oh, it didn't reach McQueen. It was screaming for McQueen, but Kelly Evans was there. Kenlock. Luke O'Neill. Oh, and Casey commits a foul on the halfway line on Chapman, but he's allowed to get away with it. Clifford. Clifford being pushed back. Serves the ball to Cousins, who delivers it to Skura. Now O'Neill. O'Neill seen so much possession this evening. Edsa. Casey coming to Chapman. Pulled Casey out of position somewhat, but good defending by Dyche. Keeps the ball in the Ebbsfleet half. Anderson. Anderson, big, strong, powerful player in midfield. Started out at Arsenal, Anderson. Been around. Dash to Casey on the left wing. Ball into the area, but it was Dylan Lewis who was there, but he couldn't hang on to it. Eventually O'Neill clears down the line. It's Wilkinson who stops Polin making progress. And as the ball is played out, it's going to be an Ebbsfleet throw and another substitution, and it's going to be Charlie Kendall coming on. And Korbawa goes off. And Kendall once of Eastbourne, he went to Lincoln, Sutton, Dagenham and Redbridge, but he's played against the Fleet for Eastbourne several times. So they're boosting their attack. Throw to Woking. Casey will take. Ball headed on by Anderson, but cut out by Clifford. Right. And Ebbsfleet not winning the battles in midfield, but Clifford wins the ball there. Now Chapman. Edsa. Edsa unlucky. Good challenge by Oyaliki. And Skura comes across to cover as the ball is played into the left back position. Cousins takes it to Kenlock. Edsa. McQueen, nice touch inside to Edsa. Edsa, one more. Yes, he does. To Bingham. Bingham, he's got Chapman on his right. Chapman's in the area. Chapman takes it to the line. Crosses and the goalkeeper dives. Picks up the ball on the 6-yard line. And it's a good take by the Woking goalkeeper. .71 minutes gone. Ebbsfleet 1, Woking 0. Goal scored by Ebbsfleet after 18 minutes with Dominic Polin finding the back of the net. Throw into Ebbsfleet. Fylde have found themselves pegged back by Solihull. 2-2 now. Southend leading 2-1 at Maidenhead. Could get them out of trouble. Kidderminster 2-0 down at home to Gateshead. Oxford City 0, Eastleigh 5. Anderson. And the shirt being pulled off of Luke O'Neill's back by Walker, but he gets the free kick. And the ball forward is too much for Denon Lewis. He can't get there. Kendall plays a 1-2 with Kelly Evans, but it's nipped in the bud. Kenlock doing well, races down the left hand side. He gets the ball. Polian nearly had it, but the head touched away by the goalkeeper. The header coming in from Kenlock, who continued his run. It was touch and go whether that was going in or going out, but eventually it went for the Ebbsfleet corner, the third of the game. Josh Wright goes to pick the ball up. He'll take this corner. It would have been a scrappy goal, that one, but it would have been a key one. Anwar Udin deep in conversation with Danny Searle. They seem in harmony over their assessment. Danny Searle saying, we've got to get it going. Right. Is he going to go long? No, it's fairly short. And a glancing header by O'Neill. O'Neill been so effective from corners recently. He goes out for a goal kick. Now Dyche in space. It's going to be up to Josh Wright to cover him. Anderson with a heavy ball forward to Walker, but Billy Clifford holds off his attentions and concedes a throw-in. Gets a round of applause from the supporters though. Pleased with Clifford's industry. Now Wilkinson in space. The defender brings it out of his own area. Nobody ahead of him. Ebbsfleet players dropping off. He goes square to Dyche. Dyche to Olialiki. His crossfield ball is poor. It's cut out by McQueen. Now Kenlock. Back to Skura. Skura, lovely play to Chapman. Chapman getting his ankles clipped by Casey and eventually brought down by Oyaliki. Chapman is the fall guy tonight, is taking quite a battering. Free kick to Ebbsfleet, taken quickly to Kenlock. Now McQueen, who's not really got in the game since he came on after 56 minutes, which was about 20 minutes ago. He's not seen a lot of the ball. Here's Edsa. Oh, Edsa was taken out there, but the referee allows play to go on. Oyaliki was the man who made the tackle, or the challenge. Clifford. Josh Wright. Kenlock to Wright. Now Edsa in space in his own half. Edsa moving forward. Now McQueen. McQueen. Oh, and it's too close to the keeper. And Andre Jr. takes it eagerly. And Anderson comes out of his own half powerfully. Back to Dyche. Dyche infield to Oyaliki on the halfway line. Strokes the ball back to Wilkinson. Oyaliki again. Oyaliki, lazy ball forward, but the referee has stopped the game for some kind of infringement by Ebbsfleet and given a free kick to Woking, which has been taken by Oyaliki. Luca back to Wilkinson. Ebbsfleet trying to work it away, but it's very tight there. Josh Wright changes directions about 3 times to find Clifford. Now O'Neill. O'Neill into space for Polian to put pressure on Dyche. Great challenge by Dyche. Surrendered a throw in, but it was beautifully timed. Good athlete. Chapman goes forward to take the throw. Game being played at a fairly fast pace. Bingham receives the throw. Back to Chapman. Bingham again. Edsa. Ebbsfleet putting the pressure on Woking at the moment, forcing them back. McQueen. McQueen trying to get away from Kelly Evans. McQueen gets across in. It's a long one. It's going to come to Chapman on the right-hand side. Chapman swings it in. Flag goes up. Offside against Polian. Polian surprised, I think, at that. So the goalkeeper will take the free kick. McQueen back to Kenlock. Kenlock to Skura. Kenlock again. Kenlock charges forward. He's looking for Polian, but Dyche is there. Polian can't get tight enough on Dyche to force a mistake. Now Andre Jr. Well, defensive header by Skura sends the ball out to the right-hand side. It's going to be played long, and it should be too much for anybody to get. And it's gone out for an Ebbsfleet throw on this near side, the main stand side, deep in Ebbsfleet territory. About 11 minutes to go. The second half was exciting as the first, but no serious goal issues to deal with for either goalkeeper. Josh Wright goes down. Challenge from Walker. Ebbsfleet now 10 minutes away from what could be a famous result for them. As Cousins comes out of his goal to take the free kick, it drops over the head of Dyche, who crouches into the arms of Alexis Andre Jr., who rolls it out to Wilkinson. Wilkinson bombs the ball diagonally onto the head of O'Neill. Casey trying to get a penalty, but he played it off of Chapman. He was never going to get a penalty, but I suppose with Mr. Richardson anything's possible. And it's going to be Dominic Samuel coming on for Ebbsfleet. Dyche can't keep that in play. It's going to be a throw into the Fleet. Who are they going to take off? I think it's going to be Polian. So the goal scorer goes off. Dominic Polian, never satisfied. He wants to win. He wants the goals. He got the goal that separates them so far this evening, but he will have wanted more. So Dominic Samuel comes on, and he is a similar kind of player to Bingham, so maybe those two will work out a combination that can unlock this pretty stout pairing of Wilkinson and Dyche at the back for Woking. Clifford. Oh, Clifford brings down Oyeleke. Free kick taken quickly by Oyeleke to Wilkinson. Wilkinson, that long diagonal ball out to the left again over the head of Casey and Chapman. It's going to be a throw into Ebbsfleet. Less than 8 minutes to go. Ebbsfleet with a slender lead. But certainly this Woking side have got enough power out there, especially players like Walker and now Kendall, to get themselves back on the right track. So the Moroccan goalkeeper sends the ball downfield. Here's danger. Walker. Oh, he almost made the car park. The Billy Bricknell Memorial Car Park. That ball well over the bar. And Dominic Samuel's taken up a central position between Wilkinson and Dyche, and Bingham has peeled out to the right. I would have thought it would have been an idea to have got McQueen out on the right hand side to put him up against Casey, to have got Casey wriggling in and out. But here comes Woking again. Oyeleke in the final third. Short balls. Trying to tease Ebbsfleet out. Luca out to the right hand side. The fullback getting forward. And Kelly Evans wins the throw in. Luca. Clifford. Clifford wins the ball in the area. to Edsa. Josh Wright on the left-hand side. He's got players ahead of him, most notably Samuel. Samuel, fresh legs to Clifford. Oh, through the middle to Bingham. Bingham, he's got Samuel overlapping, but Bingham to McQueen. McQueen, can he square? Oh, and Samuel arrives, he's tangled in the netting, but McQueen's still alive with the ball. Here's Bingham. Bingham, oh, over the bar. And Bingham cradles his head in his hands and crouches. Can't believe his bad luck. 85 minutes gone. Wilkinson. Fascinating game. Clifford. The ball worked out to Casey on the left-hand side. Down the line. Ebbsfleet with Skura getting it away to Wright. Clifford sees the ball go to Samuel, who's taken out. And it was Wilkinson who committed that offence, but no booking. Mr. Richardson very lenient with the Woking defender in the Ebbsfleet half. Skura weighing up the options, decides that to go long, it'll be a goal kick. Uses up a bit more time, less than 4 minutes to go. So the Moroccan goalkeeper, Alexis Andre Jr. will take this goal kick. It's a good one. Onto the head of Walker. O'Neill with a strong shoulder charge gets the ball away to Chapman. Oh, but Chapman can't clear his lines. Clifford battles for possession. Oyaliki keeps the ball away from him. This is dangerous period for Ebbsfleet. It's the fullback, Kelly Evans. He's up helping out the attack. Oyaliki. Kelly Evans again. Wilkinson's up there as well. Luca keeps the ball away from Skura. Wilkinson. They've still got possession out on the far side. They're going to swing the ball in now to the danger area. It's played out and back to Dyche. Now Casey. He'll fancy his chances from here. Sweeps the ball goalwards. It's bouncing around. Clifford's there. Clifford keeps a calm head as he plays it away. And Samuel's marshalled out of the way by Dyche. Got a bright future, this boy Dyche. Max Dyche, remember the name. Ebbsfleet, ball being pummeled into the area for Anderson to pursue. He's got on the end of it, keeps it in play. Casey makes a run into the box. Oyaliki outside the area with a shot. And another shot. Shots coming in from gold shirts, right, left and centre, but Ebbsfleet at the moment standing up to them. 2.5 minutes plus stoppage time. Danny Searle, if he could get this one over the line, it would be a major feather in his cap. It's a throw into Ebbsfleet on the far side. Ebbsfleet get the ball away so far, but it's going to be Dyche to win it. Getting up above Samuel. Skura concedes a throw in. It's going to be swung across from the far side. Lurker. Wilkinson. Oh, and that was a missed chance there. Walker from, 6 yards. He had a glancing header, went wide of the mark. That may have been the chance. It's going to be a goal kick to Ebbsfleet. Less than a minute and a half. And Anwar Udin, the coach, out of the dugout, urging the players on. They've got to find that last effort to get the result over the line. Bingham ahead of Dyche. Ball back to the goalkeeper, Andre. And there's a pursuit at the other end. And it's Kenlock wins the ball. And the man that went down was Charlie Kendall. And the Woking supporters thought Kendall may have got a free kick, but the referee said none of it. Now McQueen on the left-hand side plays the ball forward to Clifford. Clifford, he's got Dyche coming over to meet him, but Clifford, good balance, plays it forward to McQueen. Cleared away. Ebbsfleet need to finish this one with the ball at the Woking end of the ground. But here comes Anderson. Anderson back to Dyche. Oh, it's Oyeleke recovers after looking inside, slipped and missed the chance of possession. Walker loses out, and here's O'Neill bringing the ball forward. He's got Samuel with him. Samuel's there, Dyche in front of him. O'Neill, Samuel shoots, and the goalkeeper moves one step and saves. And there's going to be a minimum of 4 minutes for Ebbsfleet to navigate.
Man of the match is chosen by our friends from F&F Construction Services. Is the Fleet's number 36, Miles Kenlock.
And Miles Kenlock wins the Man of the Match award, very deservedly so. Not just for tonight's performance, but I think he's impressed with his performances in recent weeks. In fact, he's impressed ever since coming to the club. Oh, and Josh Casey goes down as if to suggest he's been injured, but he's on the halfway line. And Josh Wright stands over him and looks at him as if to say, is there something wrong, mate? Chapman. To Samuel. Back to Chapman. Oh, Bingham can't reach it. It's Wilkinson. Ball out on the far side. Kendall giving pursuit. Here comes the ball. Headed cleared by Wright. Still danger. Here's Kendall. Oyeleke. Still Oyeleke. Ebbsfleet inviting danger. Oyeleke teasing them. And the chance coming in, but the ball claimed by Cousins in the 6-yard area. It was Jaden Luca that teed it up. But Cousins, with about 2.25 minutes to go. I saw Mark White, the Dorking manager, here at half-time. He said, I'll see you on Saturday. I don't know what he's going to make of this Ebbsfleet performance, but certainly a different Ebbsfleet to the one we were watching 3 or 4 weeks ago. Throw in taken by Woking. Here's Oyeleke. And I think Dyche is being urged to go forward. Wilkinson, everybody in the Ebbsfleet half now, apart from the goalkeeper. Luca. Oyeleke. Here's Casey, edge of the box. Edge of the Ebbsfleet box. Casey back to Dyche, swung in and tipped over the bar by Cousins. A timely intervention, and it's going to be corner number 7 for the visitors, to be taken by Jaden Luca. And they've got a minute left. How's Ebbsfleet's game management? So I'm going to find out. Luca, everybody there at the near post, and it's another corner. Corner number 8. As the clock runs down, there's a little over 30 minutes to go, and there's a red card, I think, for Bingham. Yellow card. So Luca again. It's going to go short this time to Oyeleke, edge of the box. Oyeleke, it's headed down. Here's Casey. Casey's shot goes out for a goal kick. And that's pleased the Ebbsfleet fans who have a special relationship with Casey. So the 4 minutes have elapsed. It's now, what does the referee do? Mr. Richardson looking at his watch. He's had the minimum of 4. And it's a goal kick to be taken by Mark Cousins. There it is. Ebbsfleet win. Back-to-back wins for the first time this season. Anwar Udin embraces Danny Searle. And the Ebbsfleet revival continues. Now they go on to Dorking on Saturday. Dorking have slipped into the bottom 4 behind Ebbsfleet on goal difference after that result. Woking lose, Kidderminster lose, Oxford lose. Dorking Wanderers didn't play this evening, but they drop into that bottom 4. Ebbsfleet are out of the bottom 4. The 1-0 win, the goal scored on 18 minutes by Dominic Polian. His 14th goal of the season, set up delightfully by Franklin Domi. Ebbsfleet win back-to-back games for the first time this season. Thanks for joining us. I'll be there again on Saturday. So for BBC Radio Kent, this is Charles Webster saying thanks for joining us. See you at Dorking.